Guess what? Did your guy win? Did your gal lose? It doesn't matter. Either way, what's important is for you to stay grounded, to stay centered. Don't get so high on the highs and don't get so low in the lows. That's the lesson of everything that we're experiencing right now on this planet. Are you able to maintain a sense of centeredness, neutrality? Not so high, not so low, but to be centered on yourself. That no matter what's happening on the outside, you still feel whole and complete, safe and secure, in control of the things that you can control, brave enough to deal with the things that you can change, right? And the wisdom to know the difference between what you can change and what you can't change, what you can control and you can't control. Clearly, I'm talking about the election. And if the results had flip-flopped, right, would your life be better? Would your life be worse? You know, there's, I think it's a Chinese proverb that I think is perfect for a day like today. And it's about a farmer that raised horses. And one day, all of his horses got out and ran away. And all of the local villagers noticed that all his horses were gone, and they came running over to tell him, "Oh no, what happened to all your horses? This is the worst thing that could have ever happened." Are you thinking that this is the worst thing that could have ever happened? The result of the election, the result of the game, the result of your life, the result of your paycheck. It's the worst thing that could have ever happened. Anybody had a rock bottom moment like me? What does the farmer say? Maybe it's the worst thing. Maybe it's the worst thing. Maybe it's not. The next day, all these wild horses show up miraculously. And all the villagers notice, wow. They come running over. Yesterday, worst day. Today, the best day. And he's like, well, maybe it's the best day. Maybe it's the worst day. How are you feeling right now? Is it the worst day, the best day? And the answer to either of those is maybe. We don't know how one thing leads to the other. We don't know what the future holds. We don't know the course of humanity. I mean, some of y'all may have faith. Some of y'all may be so heavenly minded, you're no earthly good. What are you doing to make a difference in the world around you? And it starts with the world within you. Then it's like the family and the people that depend on you. And so the story goes on and on about on the third day, the farmer's son is breaking in the horses, and one of the horses bucks him off and he breaks his leg. And the villagers run over. Uh-oh. Bad day, good day. Now we're back to the bad. How are you going to earn a living? Your son has a broken leg. Who's to train the horses? Worst thing ever. And he says, well, maybe. The next day, the country declares war, and all of the military-age boys are sent off to war to die. And all the villagers come running over grieving because the farmer's son was spared because of his broken leg. And they said, you are so favored, you are blessed, today's the best day ever. And he says, well, maybe. So I really ask you to pause, get grounded, regardless of the weather, regardless of the environment. Center yourself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. Center yourself on yourself versus getting too high, getting too low. Find a place of neutrality, of inner peace. I'll tell you another story. When I was working at a local community college here in northern New Mexico, I was building out a veterans program. And I am a U.S. Navy corpsman, veteran, FMF, Marines, hoorah. And when we were first getting our organization started, there was kind of like an anti-war group of people on campus. And we were getting very active in the student government. And I remember sitting there once and getting handed a clipboard with a petition to ban all military presence on campus. No recruiters, no veterans, no nada. No more military, because it represented war. And the gal that was kind of pushing that, you know, she'd always walk in with kind of the revolution and peace earrings and Che Guevara, the revolutionary-minded person. And I remember one time, you know, I rejected it. I said, this is offensive to think that you should be trying to ban the military presence from campus. And she tried to convince me, and I remember walking with her and looking at all the peace this, peace that, Che. And I looked inside of her and I said, banning the military from this campus, it isn't going to save any lives. And it's not going to give you the result that you truly want. And she looked at me stunned. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, well, the greatest war being waged right now. Listen. The greatest war being waged right now, it's not in Ukraine. It's not between the two-party system. Where is the greatest war being waged right now? Can you guess? It's right here. It's in your heart and in your mind. It's within you. You are at conflict with yourself. The greatest war, the greatest sense of conflict is within your own soul. And I told her, until you find peace within, you will never, ever, 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 ever realize peace without. Do you resonate with this? Are you battling yourself from within? Are you your own worst enemy? Do you keep telling yourself something, oh, if this person wins, then everything's going to change? And it's like nothing's going to change for you, because the conflict, the scarcity, the poverty is still within. Unless you're just looking for a handout to just get by, or to make the gas just a little more affordable, when it's like you should become more valuable. It's not about affording, it's about becoming valuable. Be more valuable to where you don't have to care about what things cost, especially essentials. And a lot of people can get triggered by that, because it's like you want somebody to blame and you think someone can save the day. But again, the fundamental part of this whole entire experience is self-rescue. You have to be willing to rescue yourself. Are you? Are you willing to rescue yourself? If you're someone that struggles financially, are you willing to learn new skills, invest in you, your greatest investment, to become more valuable? Because if you invest in you and you add more value to the marketplace, that always has to. It has to come back. But yet you think somebody's going to save your day. And sure, some of the government regulatory moves will put a little more money in your pocket. but it's not going to make you rich. It's not going to give you the life that you truly deserve and desire. It's not. It's not going to build the business for you. It's not going to make the sacrifices that you need to make to invest in starting a business and learning the new skills and getting, trying and failing and succeeding. I mean, look at just all these stories. Any successful person will tell you their story to success was paved in a road of failures. It was failure. It was a road that was oftentimes traveled alone, in isolation, sacrificing weekends and holidays and family events and these types of events. Saying, I don't have time for that. I have to build. I'm going to sacrifice something in the now so that I can live my dream life in the future. And it's believing that vision so much that no matter what other people say or what other people do, you take your power into your own hands. And as long as you don't quit, you will succeed. That should at least be your mindset. Is that you will not stop until you win. And maybe you can apply that to finances, but maybe you even just need to apply that to the amount of distractions you have in your life. The things that you are wasting your time on. Your teams and your sports and your negative thinking and your addictions, and maybe even just needing to be somebody that's brave and courageous enough to say, I need help. I've experienced some trauma. I've experienced some emotional grief. And I'm carrying it around, and I want to unpack it, and I want to heal, and I want to live a happier, more prosperous, more fulfilled life. Does any of this resonate with you? If it does, you need to know you're good enough. And that no matter what result happened yesterday, it will not change the totality of your life. It may make some improvements. It may make your life a little better, but at the end of the day, whoever is the president is not going to start your business, is not going to start saying no to drinking, is not going to say no to getting high, or saying yes to therapy. All of these decisions are up to you. You have to want it, and you have to feel that you're worthy to truly start living your best life now. No matter who won yesterday. I know that the person that I'm talking to right now did not win. Your name was not somebody that was voted for. And so because of that, what you need to realize is that you still have work to do. You don't get to coast. You don't get to just sit there in depression as if somehow you lost, you're a failure, and that there's no hope. There was people winning before. There's going to be people winning after. Guess what? There's going to be people that were losing before. There's going to be people that were losing after. But you get to choose, because you only fail if you give up. And I'm telling you right now, it is not the time to give up. It is now the time for you to start believing in yourself, putting in the work. And if you're looking for something to immerse yourself, type in results kill excuses into your app store. And right there is over a month worth of free self-discovery content. Free. And the way that I have designed this is these are worksheets, right? Packed into 25 lessons for self-discovery, ways to improve your relationships, ways to start saying no and breaking up with your addictions, ways to stop holding yourself back and start living your best life. Realizing that no matter what problems that you're facing with, there is positive solutions. to no matter anything you're dealing with right now. If you shift your frame, trust me, you can accomplish great things. You can turn around anything that you're dealing with. And I know what that feels like, to be scared, to be overwhelmed, to be anxious, to be depressed, to feel hopeless. And if that's how you feel right now, my heart goes out to you. I love you. I care for you. I see you. I hear you. Comment down below. Share your story. Share your experiences. Let's have this conversation. It's time to have this conversation. But it's also time for you to start taking action, to start overcoming your negative thinking, to start reimagining who and what you can accomplish, who you are and what you can accomplish, no matter what is going on in the world. Change your internal state of being. Raise your standard. Turn off the tube, turn off the distractions, and just start investing in you. When you invest in you, guess what? You have the power. You have unlimited power to get anything you want out of life. But when you constantly invest in others, guess what? You're going to set yourself up for a letdown, whether your team won or your team lost. Whether your politician won or your politician lost. Best day ever? Maybe. Worst day ever? Maybe. What really matters is what's going on in your heart, what's going on in your mind, and what's going on in the things that you have control over. Your emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, and financial state of being. That's where your focus needs to be. That's the goal. Invest in yourself. Let go of the rest. Let the distractions go away. Zero in. If you need help, one-on-one support, send me an email. resultskillexcuses@gmail.com. I would love to sit back with you for a video call, 90 minutes, free of charge, to come up with some strategies, to look at some goals and some things that you can absolutely accomplish right here, right now. And you know what you're capable of. And I can guarantee you, you are so much more capable than what you are doing right now. You've got more in you, because so do I. Let's hold each other accountable. Let's make today the best day of our life. And let's continue to wake up every single day trying to become the best version of ourselves. That's your purpose. If you're seeking purpose in life, your purpose is to be the best version of you. And I like to say, starts with mental, emotional, spiritual, physical health. Be mindful about your mornings. Eat your health. Move your booty. Learn and grow every single day, and then go lend a hand. Those 5 things is what keeps my cup full and keeps me from going into a state of exhaustion, because I keep my cup full, energetically speaking. And you can do the same. And I'm here to show you the way. I love you guys. You know the drill. Results kill excuses, because if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. Greg's out.